I'm up. Good morning. It's the last Sunday of May. It's been a long month. Feels like a long, long month. And this morning getting up, wasn't it beautiful outside or what? Oh my gosh, it was just perfect weather. Very nice. We went to a gathering yesterday in Bass Lake. The Bass Lake Association put on a barbecue at a church there in the parking lot of the church in Bass Lake. It was wonderful to see so many people come out. There must have been, I don't know, 300 people or so out there. So it was a nice turnout. Yeah. Yeah, there's 572 of us that actually live there. Yeah, so yeah, it was really a lot of fun. Some of the people who were running for offices were there to say hi to us and to, just enjoy us. It wasn't a real political thing. It was just, they were there to, maybe try to get people to know who they are for the voting time. So very nice to see them too. It was wonderful. All right. Good morning to everyone in Zoom. Can you wave at me? Let me know you're hearing me. There they are. There they are. Good to see all of you today. And is there anyone here for the first time this morning? Very first time? Yes. Would you mind telling us your name?
Debbie Bunyard.
Debbie, where are you from?
Live over with Sean, just below the Bass Lake Annex.
Oh, welcome. Welcome. Is someone next to you with you as well?
Yeah, I was here a couple times before COVID, but I live right next door to Debbie. My name is Margot.
Margot, nice to meet you. So Debbie made you come today?
No, vice versa.
Oh, vice versa. Oh, so you're the good guy. Okay. Wonderful. Good. Thank you for coming. That's great. Anyone else? Everyone all looks familiar to me from here out. Good morning, you two coming in. You're not going to sneak in on me. I see you. Nice try.
Welcome back, Patty.
Hi, thank you.
Is that Patty?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell from the shading. Well, welcome back. How are you feeling?
Better.
Better and better?
Better.
Good. Good, because I need to get you back on the musicians list. I'll call you. Oh, gosh. Well, this is year 2022, as we know. It's been deemed the year of creating healthy lifestyles. And our topics for May have been coordination, courage, and kindness, which goes along with our themes of physical health, mental health, and spiritual health. So, before we get started, I wanted you to help me with something. Luana had music being played in the bathroom this morning, and this little ditty number just keeps going in my head. And I'm thinking, I don't want to have this in my head all by myself today. I thought I'd ask you to join me with that real quick. And the people on Zoom, please do the same. You just laugh at me.
So we can all have it in our heads this morning.
Yes, and I'd like for you all to repeat this with me, if you will. No matter the weather.
No matter the weather.
Again, no matter the weather.
No matter the weather.
We're always together.
We're always together.
Say it again, we're always together.
We're always together.
Now we got two parts. No matter the weather, we're always together.
No matter the weather, we're always together.
We're going to keep on walking with you, meaning God's Spirit.
We're going to keep on walking with you.
You have it. Let's put all three together. No matter the weather, we're always together. We're going to keep walking with you. And the song kind of goes like, no matter the weather, we're always together. We're going to keep on walking with you. Yeah, isn't that cool? No matter the weather, we're always together. We're going to keep on walking with you. The one isn't good. No matter the weather, we're always together. We're going to keep on walking with you. Now, that's stuck in your head too. So now I don't feel so alone. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely. Trying to keep on.
You didn't care.
Oh, I care a little. Don't tell anybody. Oh, goodness. Thank you for that. Ah, it's time for meditation. This is a time for us to settle our feet on this beautiful earth, right where we are, to get settled in, close our eyes, let your minds go wherever your minds go. Be at peace and be in quiet and listen to Lori play a little as we gather in. Go within. Peace. As we come back into the room this Memorial Day weekend, let's remember those who lost their lives for our country in service. We live on in freedom, thanks to all those who served this country. Let our kindness be our guide this day forward. And so it is. Thank you, Reverend Lloyd. That was beautiful. Thank you. It's time for our spiritual thought, and I want to bring Mr. John Lalonde up for that. Good morning, John. Let's give him some love, huh? I'll be your cameraman for you.
All right.
As soon as you get settled.
All right. Thanks. Good morning. Thank you. Well, like Reverend Joe said, this has been a long month. And why that is that there are 5 Sundays in the month of May. So we have had the benefit of 4 minister talks and 4 spiritual thoughts already provided to us. So I've had some independent thoughts of my own, but I also was touched by some things that were said, and so I want to recall some of them and try to work some of that in. The way I like to do the spiritual, or consider the spiritual thoughts or prepare them, is to actually just let the themes for the month float around in my head during the month. So this has been a nice long month of the themes floating around. So the first thing I want to talk about is coordination. And what was floating around in these things were floating around in my head while I looked at the lunar eclipse a few weeks ago, May 15th. And we could sort of see it. We had to kind of crouch down and bend through some trees, but we could see a ball that was orange and then less orange. So although although it doesn't describe as well as it truly is, with the earth between the sun and the moon in such a way that the moon passes through the shadow of the earth. What an incredible spectacle of coordination that is. And I was just really impressed with it. I really felt it. And I think these themes helped me kind of put some words around it. So that was the first thing that I wanted to mention. One of our speakers talked about or reminded us that the physical world is really a reflection or a metaphor for the spiritual world. And I was thinking about that in reference to the lunar eclipse, just the timing and the precision and the intelligence that the universe expresses in a lunar eclipse is just enormous. And it is a reflection of what has gone into creating us. That is that kind of that wisdom, that power, that coordination, that spirit that that just informs us, it creates us, and is always available to us. So moving on to courage, we've heard a number of our speakers have talked about courage. Some have spoken about courage as, the acts of bravery. That's kind of, easy to sort of see, that when people are brave, they're being very courageous. We've heard about courage as being the putting service over self, that it takes courage to put others, above our own self and needs. We, my takeaway from the courage things that we heard was that we need to be willing and able to put our goals ahead of any obstacles that come up, and that as we take action to step through the anxiety or the fears or whatever the obstacles are, that as we do that, we move towards our goals, and knowing that spirit has our back, that spirit is with us, available to help us in our coordination of all the things that we're doing. That's where the courage really comes into our lives. So we also talked about kindness this month, and we heard about kindness to others and kindness to ourselves. And kindness to others, one of the things that I really liked Reverend Sandy said was that kindness is an opportunity to be anti-war. And that reminded me of my response to 9/11, that way back then, 9/11/01, the Trade Towers, just what am I personally going to do? I didn't really know, but I thought, I'm not going to miss an opportunity to be kind to somebody. I'm just going to play that kind of sentiment as much as I can in my daily life. So that kindness is a way to be anti-war, anti-school shooting, anti all the things that we see in the news. We can address that in a number of ways, but one way from the heart is with expressions of kindness to those people that we meet during the course of the day. So we are all special. We all have a precious human life. We are all in this together. And the relationships that we have with one another, those people we know, those people that we get together with each Sunday, those people that we don't know, we are all in this together. And it seems like being kind to everyone is a way to build those relationships, to strengthen that human bond around what Reverend Missy said was the right path, the way that we're interacting in such a way to support one another, to love one another, and to try to develop the world that we all really want. So we also heard a number of stories this month. Kim had a powerful one about being at a post office in England when she was living there, or Reverend Kim last week. And it just made me reflect on, where have I been the witness or the recipient of, kind of incredible kindness in the world. And I thought that thought was a good one, that's a nice, where have I been the recipient of great kindness? That's just a wonderful gratitude practice. Just wonder, where have I been the recipient of kindness? But what it reminded me of is a time that I was a recipient, that I was working in Fresno. I had a class after work. I was heading home after 10. It was dark, and I got a flat. And I pulled over, got off of 41 and onto the dirt on the side, and got out and got into my trunk and got my my jack out. And another car pulled up behind me. It came pretty close to me. And a big guy got out of the car, and he sort of, he walked towards me. He was kind of lumbering, and I thought, well, what's going on here? And he kind of reminded me of a former brother-in-law who was a cowboy and, just big and strong. And, but he just walked towards me. It was not a sheriff. It was not highway patrol. There were no lights. There were no signs. He had on no uniform. And he said, here, let me give you a hand. And he reached for my jack, and I handed it to him. And he said, get the spare out. And by the time I got the spare out, he had already put the jack into position and loosened all the lug nuts. I rolled the spare there, and he put it on, and he was gone. And that was it. 5 minutes. No names, no money, just this swift kindness that, I was kind of dazed, and reflecting on that story made me just sort of feel, boy, this was really an otherworldly kind of kindness that just at the time I was more shaken by it. But it was just, a time where I had that kind of experience. So we also heard about kindness to one's self. And we all know that we can be our own harshest critic. We can, we can think, we've never done enough. There's some inadequacy always, some blaming voice in our mind that brings about fear and criticism and those kinds of things. There's nothing kind about that kind of talk to oneself. We all know that when we are kind to ourselves, we are more loving, we are more forgiving, we're more settled, and we are calm. And what a wonderful way to go through life. We also know that we can look inside. We can go within, as we often hear, and consult that inner powerful voice, that spirit that is in ourselves. And we know that when we do that, that voice is going to be kind. That voice is going to be kind. That voice is going to be honest and be available to us when called upon. So with those thoughts, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, John. Thank you for sharing your story about this gentleman who just showed up and left. That's happened to me too. I never got a name. I didn't get a chance to say thank you. They just took care of me and left. I was like, wow, an angel. I think we've all maybe had some of those kind of instances happen to us. It's a phenomenal thing, kindness. It's time for some music. Reverend Lori B. Ballard. Let's give her some love, please. Good morning, Rev.
Oh, good morning, Joe. So fun to hear you up there being the host.
Thank
You
you.
make a darn good one.
Well, thank you.
And it's nice to be back up here too, seeing everybody out there, all you wonderful little lights. Very radiant from up here too. It's like I can see well, except for those two people in the middle with the masks on, I can see the light beaming through. Matter of fact, it's almost blinding me. I have to watch out for the reflection now. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, you know, speaking of kindness, it's like in the mornings, when I get outside in the sun, now that winter's over and the sun's back, and I sit outside and I take my glasses off and I just close my eyes, of course, and gaze at the sun. And I see all this like kaleidoscope of reds in my vision. And it just warms up, not just my eyes, but everything, and it energizes me. So it made me think that this song might be a good one for me to do today. And I know you know it. And if you want to sing along, you're more than welcome to it. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a day that I could give you, I'd give you a day just like today. And if I had a song that I could sing for you, I'd sing a song to make you feel this way. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. And sunshine almost always makes me high. Now if I had a tale I could tell you, I'd tell a tale sure to make you smile. And if I had a wish that I could wish for you, I'd make a wish for sunshine all the while. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely.
She's still got it, doesn't she? Beautiful. Great song. John Denver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sunshine. Beautiful. It's time for our main speaker this morning. And I want to introduce to you and bring up here Reverend Judy DeRosa. There she is. I'll be your camera person for you.
Well, let's see, I think I'm gonna use,
I don't think you need that.
yeah, I
You don't
do.
have as much stuff in here.
I have a code talker with me today.
Oh, you have a co-talker?
Yeah,
Oh,
co-speaker.
I hope it's not me because I didn't know anything about it.
Isn't it good to have spontaneity?
No.
Okay. There we go. That working? I don't know where I am. Oh,
I
there
got
it
you.
is.
I got you.
Hey,
That's it.
John Stanley is also going to be speaking today with me.
I'll get my
Top
camera.
part of your head's cut off.
It's all right. It's okay. We got it. We got it.
Okay, great.
Need more training in that.
Is that good? Is that good? Can everybody, I'm blinded by the cars out there. Blinded by the light, Lori. Coordination, courage, and I included ceremony. There are many, many ceremonies going on right now to honor the people that have been put in a place where they have defended what they believe is worthy. They have put that all into that aspect. So this Memorial Weekend is about remembering the ones we love. And I was taught to do that through ceremony. We have lots of dynamics that come with ceremony. LJ and I have been talking, and Kim, a few others, about the dynamics of understanding and recognizing those cycles that are in our lives. Right now, we're supposed to be in spring. I don't know where it went, but we have our spring, our summer, which is a little early, our fall, and our winter. And with that honoring and understanding, we actually know our place on the planet. We know that there is so much more to us than work or our car or where we live. It is knowing where we are in the moment. And there is wonder and beauty in that knowing. So as we settle in, and you're more than welcome to close your eyes and imagine that we are stepping into a medicine wheel. That medicine wheel helps us to reconnect to Mother Earth, helps us to understand that we are constantly in relationship with all the cycles around us. I call to the east, the place of new beginnings, where the sun slowly rises and warms Mother Earth, where that light kisses the tops of the trees and brings in this sense of new beginnings. The east is connected to the element of air. We depend on that air, that energy, that unity, and we welcome it with open arms and open hearts, and a deep breath to be in our consciousness today. And I call to the south, the place of our inner child, that little boy or little girl that has been with us from the beginning, the essence of love, the essence of play and happiness and hope, the essence of self-illumination, of learning who we are, that play, that laughter, that curiosity. We welcome that energy to be with us today and to be remembered that our little inner child has gone through many, many lessons, some difficult, and yet we're still here holding that light, being optimistic. We welcome our inner being, our child. And I call to the west. Hey, west, the place of water, the place of washing away illusion, old fears, washing away pain that no longer belongs to you, bringing in intuition, that guiding inner knowing, trusting yourself, honoring your physical being. The West holds the twilight as the stars slowly peek into the sky. We are reminded that we are a part of that stardust. We're reminded that each of us carries a unique, beautiful potential. That DNA. We are change, we are beauty, and we welcome the West energy into our group. And I call to our ancestors to the north, the high country, the quiet, the reverence of being up in the mountains. Our ancestors have gotten us to where we are right now, right here, in this place of knowing, trusting, and when we stumble, we can ask for their help. They only wait for us. Grandmother, grandfather, aunties, uncles, brothers, sisters. They're just waiting for us to ask. In the winter, when the mountains are covered in the blanket of snow, we know that spring keeps her promise. And we welcome that energy and dynamic of the north. And we call to Mother Earth, hey, the one that holds us, the one that provides. Everything you have comes from this planet. She nurtures us like a mother. She feeds us and provides medicine and materials for our homes. She provides, and we walk gently upon her body. And we call to the above, to the stars, to the moons, to the transitions of cycles ahead over our being. All we have to do is look up. We are part of that great galaxy of change. And that energy is welcome here today. And we call to the center, to the source, by whatever name you call it. Great Spirit, all that is, God, Goddess, the big sweetie. We hold this energy in our hearts, and we know that that part of us stays with us. We don't have to go and live in a cave and be a hermit. That essence is within each and every one of us, 24/7. Our job is to nurture and love ourselves and everyone around us. Kindness, respect, joy. The joy of being right here, right now, together. This medicine wheel is a teacher. Wherever you stand in whatever direction, it's not the place you stand, but across from you, where you look. If you stand in the east, you're looking across at the west, and you're learning about the feminine. And those that are standing in the west are looking across at the masculine. The children in the south are looking across to the north, and the children are learning about their elders. And the elders are the guardians for the children. Harmony and unity and trust. Trust in this ceremony. Trust that you are so much more than you can possibly imagine. Trust that the music and harmonics within your soul will always be within grasp. Understand that in the Native American culture, we live the sacredness of circles. Life in the cycles and the circles from birth to death are guaranteed. How long? That's up to us. Our journey that we have chosen can be very short or incredibly long. What do you learn from your years of experience? How do you share with other people the grace, the courage, the kindness that has been shown to you? In this sacred moment, your mastermind, your connection to your own magic is the power of being available, open-minded, full of laughter, and seeing the great cosmic joke. I'd like to invite John Stanley to come up. He has agreed to contribute some of his awareness. Come on, John. About ceremony and ritual.
I had these things planned to say, but I am so moved by what he speaks. What we experience here is care of the soul. What we experience here is love, respect, appreciation for each other, for those we may come through the door in one state of being. There is a shared experience of transition. And when that happens, we are more of what the soul contains, what it can offer to each other and to the world. This is a time, perhaps like never before, when we must give of ourselves in such a way that includes love, that includes respect, that allows us to be worthy of and openly receive the precious gift of life. Oh, and the beauty all about. Thank you.
John Stanley and I have talked about doing a talk together for quite a while, and finally convinced him. Thank you, John. Your words are magic. Ernest Holmes and Ralph Waldo Emerson have been guiding lights for a lot of people for a very, very long time. And every time I hear some magical quote from these individuals, I go, that's so cutting edge. That's so current. And yesterday, totally unplanned, I heard something that touched me very much. And I'm going to share. The natural world is a system of concentric circles. And we now and then detect in nature slight dislocations, which apprise us that this surface on which we now stand is not fixed, but constantly sliding. Our life is an apprenticeship to truth. Around every circle, another circle can be drawn. There is no end in nature, but every end is a beginning. The life of man is a self-evolving circle. From a ring imperceptibly small, growing outwards to a new and larger circle without end. The extent to which a generation of circles will go depends on the force or truth of the individual soul. Emerson inspires. When we come to the Positive Living Center, we're here to inspire each other, as John was inspired to speak of this month's beautiful additions to our wisdom. From my perspective, I see that Emerson's circles are still expanding and helping us recognize the endless possibilities of his words. So we have the courage to celebrate this ceremony of life every morning that we awaken. We thank the directions for hearing our hearts this morning. And may we take all the positive energy out into the world and share that energy with each person in our life that we meet and that we haven't yet met. And so it is.
Oh, thank you, Reverend. Thank you, John. Strong, powerful words. It is time for our offertory. And might I ask two people to come up and help me with offertory this morning? There's one. Someone else? Someone who's never done it before, perhaps? Still have one. Come on up, Reverend Lori. I'll get more volunteers. You watch me.
Okay, I believe you.
Let's do the offertory statement, please. Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Thank you, ushers.
What side you got? Just go here. Okay.
Some wonderful speakers this month. So many wonderful speakers and great reminders of how we do give and receive. How we develop kindness if we haven't before. It has come to us from others and we've given it out, sometimes without even thinking about it. For those on Zoom, you may tithe by going into the iFocus email that you receive and pushing the green button. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. There's a donate button there, so you can send your donations to the PLC that way as well. And you can also send your donations through the mail. And I think Missy has that address for them. Yes, she does. Thumbs up. Thank you for those on Zoom. At our PO Box 2683, Oakhurst, California 93644. Thank you all for your donations. It pays the bills. It takes care of the grounds and keeps this place up and functioning. It's a beautiful place. And we love being here for you each and every week. So thank you for that. Do we have any announcements? Anybody want to share something with me this morning or us? LJ?
Just a reminder that if you'd like to be on the weekly bulletin and you're not, just let me have your email address and I'll make sure that you start getting it. Also, while I'm up, the books that were in the kitchen, some of them are still in the kitchen, but some of them are around the table. I'll remind you that those are for you to take. And if you like, leave a donation of any size in the green box there that says donation.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Yes. We have a frog box. Oh, sorry. Reverend, I can't see who that is. Oh, that's Sandy. Hi, Sandy.
If you love Yosemite and if you enjoy art, today is the very last day for the Yosemite Renaissance show at Gallery Row on 41 North End on the left side. And 5 o'clock, it's going somewhere else.
In Gallery Row. Thank you. What are the hours?
It'll be open when we're done here up till 5.
Up until 5 tonight. Thank you. Someone else? Announcements? No? Okay. We have a frog box in the very back corner to my left as you're exiting the main doors. If you have a prayer that you want for the prayer practitioners to pray upon for you all week, please fill out those notices and put those in the frog box, and we will pray on that all week long for you. All week long. We love praying with you. Yes, is that Kim back there?
Judy.
Oh, Judy.
Yeah, while I was doing my talk, my cat was walking back and forth at the front door. So when we leave, just keep an eye out for her. If you would.
We'll shoo her outside for you. So if you have prayer requests, please put those in the frog box for us. We appreciate that. We love to pray with you and for you. Your prayer practitioner for this week is me. So please contact me. I'll be here available for you. Next week's speaker is the Reverend Sandy West. Looking forward to hearing you speak, Sandy. Look forward to that. Now time for our prayer of protection. For anyone who needs to look at the words for that, it's on these cards right in front of you, in the pocket in front of you by your chair. It has the words of the prayer of protection for you. And let's do that right now. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Thank you. And I think, Reverend Lori, you think you have one more song for us? Would you like to come up and do that now? Thank you.
This is one of my favorite songs, and written by one of my favorite songwriters, Lucinda Williams. And it's just called Blessed.
What he preached, and we were blessed by the poor man who said heaven is within reach. We were blessed by the girl selling roses who showed us how to live, and we were blessed by the neglected child who knew how to forgive. We are blessed. We are blessed. We were blessed by the warrior who didn't need to win, and we were blessed by the blind man who could see for miles and miles, and we were blessed by the fighter who didn't fight for the prize. We were blessed by the mother who gave up her child. We were blessed. Yeah, up his life. And we were blessed by the teacher who didn't have a degree. And we were blessed by the prisoner who knew how to be free. We were blessed. Yeah, we were blessed. We were blessed by the mystic who turned the water into wine. We were blessed by the watchmaker who gave up his time. We were blessed by the wounded man who felt no pain. We were blessed by the wayfaring stranger who knew all of our names. We were blessed by the homeless man who showed us the way home. We were blessed by the hungry man who filled us up with love, and by the little innocent baby who taught us all the truth. We were blessed by the forlorn, the forsaken, and abused. We were blessed. Oh, we were blessed. We were blessed. And we were blessed when that guy helped John put that tire back on.
Yes.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you to our speakers today and Lori for the music. It's been a fabulous morning. Great start to a beautiful Sunday. May I ask Reverend Sandy to come up and give us a closing prayer, please?
I don't think there's much to say after that. I think Lori said it all. So let's accept Lori's song as our prayer and go out today and just share those blessings. Gift them to everyone you see, whether it's a flower, a tree, a deer, a cloud in the sky. Share the blessings. The more blessings we give, the more love that spreads. The more love that spreads, the more healing that is. Just going out in ever widening and ever enlarging circles. Accept your blessing today and give thanks for it. And say with me, please, and so it is.
Thank you all so much for being here. We'll see you again next Sunday.